What's the, where did you guys get this tape?
That was my dad's film. Or, it was my dad's film. He filmed a lot of films, a lot of 8mm films in his day.
He had cameras before other people had cameras. And it wasn't, it was 16mm. He never had 8mm like we have today. He had 16.
16? That must have been pricey to get those developed.
And you wound it up like this and then played it through.
Yeah. No wonder it runs kind of fast sometimes.
Yeah, it used to click. I can hear that clicking so well.
It didn't have batteries that
running
that innervated it.
When did you watch these movies, Mom? Did you watch them in your basement like we did?
Not in the basement, because we didn't have a great basement, but we used to watch them in the living room, and my dad would...
At night?
Yeah, anytime, Sundays.
Instead of going to the movies.
Instead of going to the movies, you'd have the movies come to you?
Right.
My dad also had, like one of the first televisions, a little 10-inch television when it first came out in a beautiful big box.
Yeah.
They all gathered around.
Did they have a Best Buy back then? He sounds like a lot like us. Just loves technology.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Yeah. And of course, I guess he had a few bucks more than some people, so.
Oh, that's right. He used it generously, huh?
Oh, you bet.
My dad was a believer in giving away. Generosity was his middle name.
He did an awful lot for his for his wife's family.
Grandma Dalton.
All right. Well, let me put the movie on. You guys could just tell us about, because we're going to... You know a lot of the people better than we do, so...
It's really hard for me to see now. I'm hoping I can see good.
You know what I'm going to do?
That's Grandma.
There's Grandma on the beach.
Grandma back, my mother. My dad, or Uncle Rich and me with the hair. And Mary Catherine and Ann. And
they're all jumping all over Father Rich.
Grandpa Dalton there. Yeah, there's Uncle Rich with everybody.
He loved those kids.
Climbing on him. There I am with Aunt Pat, my little sister, 5 years younger.
There's the old street in front of the cottage.
You can tell how dark I got then.
I can't figure out why. There's a lot of old cars in this picture, though.
That's me in that car. This was Dick's first communion, I think.
Yeah.
No, that was Bobby there.
Bobby's, yeah.
Yes.
Wow, first communion for Bobby. That was color, too. So what year would Bobby have been first communion?
Well, he was 10
when
years
Bob was
younger than
born?
I was. He was 10 years younger than I am. So I would have been, what, in the first grade and...
First communion, like 35?
I'd say around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my mother's garden. Look at me with the cape. God, I wore weird clothes. I guess I was old before my time. I was always a mother. All my cousins were a little younger than I was, so I was kind of the motherly one. I'd guide them all around. Yeah, my mother had beautiful. Well, this was the neighbors too. The neighbor by us, the Werners, had beautiful gardens.
Somebody really did an elaborate job on their garden.
Yeah, my mother.
Yeah, I was always impressed by her mother's garden in the backyard there. Boy, it never looked so good.
That kind of blurs. Now this might be Dick's. Yeah, there's Dick right
there. Yeah, Dick on the other side there, yeah.
That's the old St. James School.
They all got their hands folded. I don't know where they got that idea.
Oh, that's Monsignor Lefevre, my first pastor. You might like to see these at St. James sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put these in a historic can for Grand Rapids. There's a lot of good Grand Rapids.
Yeah, this is early stuff, right?
Let's see, Dick would have been... Yeah. 1930 around that, maybe Dick made his first communion.
I was just thinking when you made, do you know when you made yours?
There's a scenic trail going up north.
That's like Sleeping Bear has a scenic trail. That maybe they're doing up there?
But this, not that far up. This was all along Muskegon and all along the water. There'd be places to stop and have lookouts. And we'd drive up during the summer once and This looks like it would be even cooler weather. They're dressed with hats and things.
One of those breathtaking scenes the cameraman just can't keep it off.
Now that's Mary Catherine, Ann Manning and Aunt Pat. That's Dick, and that's me. That's Mary Catherine, too. These are our cousins from Lansing. We'd spend a lot of time with them when we were kids.
Spend a lot of time with him now.
Yeah. I like to keep in touch with
Is that
her all
Ann
along.
sitting there?
That was Ann.
Yeah.
Pat.
This section reruns, doesn't it?
I think it did.
Did we? Is this the second
yeah,
time
there
through?
it is. See, I don't know how that happened. How those guys did that without our knowing it.
Did you give this tape to everybody in your family then? You had it made?
Yeah, Pat and I and Dick and Bob have them.
Mm-hmm.
And Grandpa had a lot more films, but we didn't do them all. He had tons of film.
Boy, we could do this with some of our film. It would take a long time to do it.
Yeah, today you'd have so much, wouldn't you?
Pat's a cute little girl.
Yeah.
Was she the baby or was Bob's younger than her? Bob's a
younger than
baby.
she was.
I think this is Michigan Stadium here.
Yeah, that was Michigan and Ohio. Michigan playing Ohio. 'Cause they did that during the halftime. Boy, that looks crowded, doesn't it? That must have been a big affair.
Boy, when did they not have crowds of 100,000 in there?
They always
unusual.
filled that stadium.
It's bigger than more than it is now.
Fielding H. Yost was a wizard. He built this all underground.
My dad used to be interested in things like this too. He'd go and follow sports, different places and things, and take films like this.
They must have, the hats were all interchangeable.
Looks like they're throwing to each
Yeah,
other.
hopefully there was only one size hat back then.
I think they just made a touchdown. They're kicking off now.
I think that probably was a band tear, don't you? Doing that, and they probably just tossed him around and got him back again.
Oh, that's an idea. Who would want to throw their personal hat like that?
Yeah, because they all look like white hats or something, same kind of hats.
You think they have the M on them like all the athletic wear today?
On the top? I don't think so. I don't think I saw
You
anything.
can sure tell the referee. He's
There's
good.
the Ohio band. Look how fast they're walking.
I'll have to slow that down.
Yeah.
Ohio.
That's the little brown jug, isn't it? When they do that one.
Is that their song?
Michigan and the little brown jug, or Ohio? Or is that Wisconsin, Bob? Talking to you.
Oh, I don't know.
The
You know
song?
the little brown jug? I thought they always
Little
fought
Brown
back
Jug
and forth
was
with that.
Minnesota, Michigan.
Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the duck pond.
That's a fishery, a fish hatchery that our class would go to learn about, you know, how fish were raised.
What school were you in again?
St. James.
Sure would have been a lot funnier, though, if he pushed all those kids in.
I can't picture teachers taking kids out on a thing like that and expecting them not to get wet.
Do you think those kids had to get waivers to go on that field trip?
Wouldn't that be something? They probably wouldn't do that, dare do that
It's
today.
funny how so many of the adults always have their full coats on, and
Must have been cold.
must have been a lot of winter pictures here.
That's my mother, her fur coat. And then you see summer. Yeah, that's the cottage in
That's the
the
front of the
there.
cottage. It's a lot different now.
Boy, look at the dirty sand and everything. Yeah, it had a little stoop.
Ginny's blocking the door.
Now this is a different cottage
Yeah,
here.
this is my Aunt Bessie's cottage over in Spring Lake, and Uncle Otto, who died of a brain tumor quite young. And Grandma Beck would come down. That's Grandma Beck, old Grandma Beck. She'd come down and stay with him. And that's me with my hair again.
Is that loud enough for pickup, you think, here?
Sure. Who's that standing in front of? Is that Grandma
That
Beck?
was Grandma Beck, my dad's mother.
Boy, the men are always dressed up so nice.
Oh yeah, always white shirts and pants.
That sailor's outfit.
I think that was Junie or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Junior Lundberg. He and Dick were the same age. At Spring Lake.
So I
That
suppose
place
your
is-
dad was the cameraman in all these pictures.
I guess. Probably.
Well, they had
That lake's
cottage
got a lot
right
of cottages now.
Oh, yeah.
That cottage was right on the lake.
But watch me pull up my pants here. Hitch 'em up. That's Uncle Emil. That's Pat.
Is that at the lake still?
No, I don't think
Oh,
it
it looks
is.
like it might be.
That's over by our house, I think.
Yeah, that's Garfield.
With shoes and socks. It's Ann and Mary Catherine and Pat and These jumps to the colored film. Dog races in Florida.
Dog races?
Uh-huh.
Is that what highlight is, or?
No, highlight is a thing they throw, I think. But this was
Yeah,
the
they
dog
have a
race.
thing that throws it.
Grandma and Grandpa used to go down there in the winter, and then they'd go to the dog races. They'd bet on them. It was kind of a pastime down there. Look at even at a dog race, they're wearing white shirts, kind of dolled up.
That must have been a little newer. Something about it. The color.
Yeah,
It had to be. It didn't look like it could
these don't
get a
go.
good focus on it.
Yeah, I don't think these go in right in, line, do they? They go back and forth.
You must have given the guy a pile of films, and he wasn't
gave
sure
him
how
a
to.
big film and he
Yeah.
edited them, I think. A little
Yeah,
bit.
he did his own
It's probably hard to see some of the numbers handwritten on these things.
positioning. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and there was a lot of it. He edited. I think he eliminated a lot of it.
It was kind of a mirage of things.
Spend a lot of time in Florida in the winter.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa did. They had friends that all went down there to Hollywood, Florida. It's pretty, the lake. It probably was in Florida. No, it doesn't look like Florida, does it? I guess it is.
It's like
Yeah,
Grand Haven.
that's a Florida house right there. Palm trees.
We used to take rides around Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, and look at the beautiful homes with the bougainvillea growing up on the...
Now, your dad must not have liked cold weather.
Oh, no.
I don't think your mother really wanted to go, did she?
Oh, there's Dick.
Mhm. No, my mother didn't like going to Florida. She hated to leave us all.
What a big class there.
Men in hats.
Looks like they went in priest garb and now here they are in regular suits.
I think Uncle
There's
Dick smiling at the camera.
Grandpa's in that group of men that walked in that one scene. That was a pretty big class.
Would that be St. James or down at the?
That doesn't look like St. James to me.
No.
I'm trying to think if that's St. Alphonsus. Is it St.
I would say it's
Alphonsus?
St. Alphonsus.
Yeah, it might be.
It has to be.
Yeah, because my grandpa's in this group. He's one of the last ones here.
Here
That's
come the
Grandpa
kids.
right
There's
there.
Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure who. Oh yeah, that's
There's
Dick's.
Dick right in front on the left.
Yeah. Leading the pack. I don't recognize. Oh, that's probably Weta right there.
You figure Aunt Marg would have been able to name most of these people?
Oh yeah, probably.
She still could.
And you don't see them wearing those little, they called them berettas, those little hats anymore. Priests. They hardly wear their collars anymore.
Beretta's got a bad connotation now.
Does it?
With Robert
Blake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Beretta. Is that the name of that show? Beretta?
I think it was his
Yeah,
show.
that's right. But they were kind of cute. They were four-cornered and hard. They put them on so cute.
We were saying these people aren't used to seeing or being on moving picture film, probably.
Yeah.
They're just standing there kind
Standing
of...
there like posing
Yeah,
for a big
not
picture.
smiling for the camera or anything.
Back to winter.
Bosco. That's my brother Bob.
Good shot.
Stick, I think. This must have been an ice storm.
There's all those beautiful flowered bushes covered in snow.
Oh, that's so pretty. My dad was a lover of outdoor beauty and things.
Yeah.
He loved flowers and things like this. He'd take pictures of them all. That's
Her
probably
dad never called me Bob. He called me Doc. I called him Mister.
There must have been ice out there, ice in back to
Now, these are
church.
pictures with our kids in them.
No, I
aren't
don't
they?
think so. That's end
There's
is
Father
Father-
Bolger. He was our
Father
principal at
Bolger and
Catholic Central.
And Father Dart was our
Father
pastor.
O'Malley.
There's Pat. It's Uncle Emil and Uncle George.
They're doing a cigarette commercial there.
Uncle George is my dad's brother-in-law, and he came from Chicago. They lived in Chicago. And they came up here in the summer and left. The kids stayed here.
Grand Rapids is like a summer
Yeah,
camp.
they stayed with my grandma Beck over on the street behind us, and Dick and Junie were the same age, and they played together, and Marvin and Bob were the same age, so they played together.
Yeah, Mary just, Aunt Pat just went from being about a 10-year-old down to a 3-year-old.
Yeah, they got that kind of off-kilter.
Is that their grandpa?
Grandpa Dalton.
Grandpa Dalton.
Wow.
There's Jack. The house that Jack built.
Yeah, that's my dad.
What did you pay for those lessons again, for those dance lessons?
50 cents a half hour. And my mother kidded because I didn't learn anything, I guess.
That's a priest there.
Yeah, that might be Uncle Frank or Rich. That's up on the corner of Dalton's house.
Oh, yeah. See the cars speeding by about 18 miles an hour?
We'd never throw snow at the priest now.
Oh,
No.
Boy, Aunt Pat looks like Mary there.
yeah.
Uncle
We
Bob.
always had those muffs. My dad had those things made from the, the material from the furniture. And it was all curly.
The coats?
Yeah, and we always have a muff with them. Put your hands in. We thought that was great. Snazzy. This
This
is up at the house, newer house. that
That's
my
in
mother
their
and
new
Dad
house on
built.
Lake Michigan Drive.
That would be in 1950.
There's their house on Valley,
Back at the
yeah.
old house again. This is Dalton's up at their house.
Men always wore a hat.
It's Aunt Mame and probably Mary Catherine.
Mame looked a lot like your mother, I thought.
Is that Uncle
yeah.
Frank or there's Uncle Rich?
Yeah, that's
Uncle Rich. He was
There's
slimmer.
Uncle Frank behind him, yeah.
There's Frank.
Aunt Aisha, Aunt Marg on the left.
Those guys are
Shaky.
great athletes, but they went to the priesthood instead.
Brothers.
Rich was a good golfer. Frank was good at baseball, too.
They didn't get home very often. They took the vow of poverty when they came home. They had $10 to give their mother for their stay when they came to live with her for the holiday or whatever they came home for.
Yeah, is it your dad there?
Here's their dad right there.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, good hit.
The socks were holding them back a little.
Knickers and Those are the Bresnahans.
I was in that picture,
Jenny.
Jenny.
Hmm?
I was in that picture just now.
No, those are Bresnahans.
That's what.
That might have been Bobby. Now this is when Lindbergh came to town.
Yeah.
John Ball. John Ball.
There's Colonel Lindbergh, 1927, just after he flew the Atlantic by himself. He was the biggest national hero I think we've ever had.
He reminds me of the Kennedys a little bit, doesn't he? You?
There's a little similarity because Kennedy was such a. Oh, that's who Uncle Tom Rademacher got close to. Pictures like this with Kennedy.
I think that's his.
Somebody snuck right up on the podium there. I'm surprised the Secret Service didn't get
I don't know
him.
where my dad got so close like that.
Yeah. I don't think they had a whole lot of.
Your dad must have had connections, you think? Or did he just
was
wander up there?
He might have been president of the Lions Club or something at the time and had a little pull.
Or maybe he's the only
Seat
one with
up
a
on
camera.
Yeah, he might have been the only one with a camera. Yeah.
Who's he holding there?
It's probably Pat, I think. I'm not sure. 1927. It probably was Pat.
It'd be a good challenge to
There's
try to
the
order
girls,
this.
Marganetia,
Yeah, it would.
among others.
According to the years, it would be hard. I'm down there in the
There's
bottom.
Ginny right down there. And so she's going to entertain him a
There she
minute.
goes.
Yeah.
Feet of fire.
She's giving us about 75 cents worth of dancing there.
Look at the stocking and shoes they were.
There's Al Smith.
Yeah.
He didn't get elected president because he
He's Catholic.
was Catholic.
That was in Florida. We saw him standing out in his yard as we rode by, and my dad went up and shook his hand and talked to him.
Nice home.
Hmm. We were down there for a month when I just had my mastoid, my ear surgery, I think, when we went there. So I was 5.5.
She just stepped in a hole there.
That was our yard there. We had that cute little cottage there. So I don't know what this was. This must have been a
Which
hotel.
reminds me of the place we stayed that time.
The Coronado. It reminded me of that Coronado area.
Well, that was in San Diego, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a hurricane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
blustery there.
big strong wind, which often happens.
Oh. I bet these areas are completely built up.
Yeah, these are the early days. I'm sure they didn't have them.
Look at, they got coats on. My mother's got a coat on. This is at Grand Haven, I'm sure now. That's
Oh,
Dick and I.
It's a nice beach day.
Yeah. Those bathing suits on those women. Oh my gosh. These were orange groves in Florida. I think my 2 grandmas were there picking oranges, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, that's Grandma Beck there. She went with us to Florida.
Would they come down on the train, or?
Yeah, we all went down on the train.
Probably your dad's idea for him to come down.
Yeah.
Boy, a train trip to Florida took a little time, I'll bet.
Gotta go through Chattanooga.
3 days.
And this is polo. We used to go to polo games, I think, on Sundays down there.
See, those guys all got polo shirts on.
It was pretty exciting to watch that polo.
Izods.
I thought.
Polo.
What kind of
Lauren.
cologne? You can almost smell them.
Yeah.
Ralph Lauren.
There's a lot more scenes with coats on than.
Wonder. It was Dick and Junie pushing me around.
Maybe it's because he got his new camera equipment at Christmas, and that's
Yeah.
when he brought it out.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that hat like yesterday.
probably
It was
took most of his pictures in the wintertime.
big pom-poms on my ears, and it was cute pink, I think, all knit.
Mm.
That's Aunt Kate and Uncle George and Junie from Chicago.
Can't believe how tall those cars were.
This is John Ball Park skiing competition, I think it was. And we were sliding there.
Did someone win that competition?
I don't know. That's Dick and I pulling the toboggan back up the hill. I must have only been about 3 there, 4. I don't look very old. Dick is just plowing along, dragging me behind. I think that's so funny.
He's sturdy.
I think he's pulling me up.
He made it up the hill because there they come down.
Notice they put me on the back end all alone where you get the bumps. These are friends of my mom's and dad's. They owned a drugstore. They live in that house. They lived in that house over by. We go around the corner by, when we walk all the time. Next to Miller's house.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy, your dad, I thought.
That's up at Dalton's. Mom had fur coats. Grandma Blue.
Grandma Blue, would that be?
Grandma Dalton. She wore blue jewelry all the time, sparkling blue jewelry. So
She had flirtatious eyes, your mother.
That's Dick and I and
That's
my
a-
mother at the beach. In
That's a
Grand
cold
Haven.
day.
Yeah, it looks cold. Look at the pier.
I can't believe they went down to the beach in cold weather.
I think maybe that was
Well,
when
we
the
go down-
cottage was being built.
It might have been, or we were checking it.
We never
no,
thought
'cause
about
Dick
going
was-
to the beach.
Dick was just born when the cottage was built.
The pier has been there forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, that cottage is 83 years old. Or 82.
82, yeah. My dad with a big coat and hat on. Look at Dick chewing his gum. Riding a bike with a Lord Fauntleroy coat suit. I was always tailing him. That's me with Grandpa Dalton.
Were your neighbors wearing those kind of clothes?
I don't know. Must have been. My mother had more fur coats. She had one with white fur. That's Mary Catherine. Oh, that's Uncle Bill. Manning.
Oh, what a guy Uncle Bill
He was
was.
such a nice man.
Couldn't wear dentures, though.
Marganesha. Mary Catherine and I.
Good dressers.
Well, this was Dick and Junie digging a hole in the backyard at our house there, and he throws the sand all over him. Dick was a wild kid. Reading the funnies. I had that little sailor coat. I kept that little sailor coat, and the kids wore it. The older kids wore that coat.
Oh, Junie looked a lot like
Girls. Yeah, that's Aunt Kate, and that's Frances Aldrich, or Aunt Bessie. Rosie. That was in front of my Grandma Beck's house over in Valley.
You
there
never
behind
see
us.
kids playing Ring Around the Rosie anymore.
No.
They do.
You ever see them, Terry?
Yeah. Very competitive nowadays.
Is that?
That's Mary Jean Bechtold. That one on the right, that's Mary Jean, and that's Adelaide. She spent about 10 years in the villa. Dying in the villa.
Yeah. Uncle Bill just
That's
loves
Uncle
our
Bill.
kids.
He just loved to play with the kids. He was such a neat guy.
It's a nice bonnet.
Every time she moves, I moved over.
That could cut into the fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Dick's posing.
There's it. Grandma Beck, Grandma Dalton. There's Grandpa Dalton. You don't get too many pictures of him. He died way back. That's Grandma Dalton.
This is their house on Plainfield.
Yeah.
They had a lot of nice pictures taken in that yard. I almost built a dental office there in that yard, right where they are.
There I am dancing again. I must have worn my legs out.
Well, you enjoyed it for one thing.
Well, now this is Father Wetta. He was a redemptress that would spend a lot of time with her family at different times. Another priest, I think,
Well, you're
breast
one-
hands. There I am
Oh,
dancing
that's
again.
one of those. You had the outfit on
This
for
is
that
where I
one.
show my steps there. Da, 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 da.
That's training.
Look at my hands. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's delicate.
Sway around in a circle.
Wow, playing Ring Around the Rosie by herself.
1, 2, 3. That's our stuff we do with our video.
That is great. No,
You guys had opium plants at your free?
Oh, this was picking heather out in the fields. My dad would take rides and we picked heather. Beautiful heather. It was all purple out there. So pretty. That's where I must have learned how to like flowers. Isn't that cute?
That is a cute picture. Back to the cottage.
Even again, the old. See the cottage number 10 up there.
Number 10, is that all the higher it was?
It looks like, see, the hill doesn't even look big there, does it?
The hill looks flattened out.
I think the hill's getting bigger.
Well, I think the sand all blew over there.
Maybe it's just gotten going
That's
up.
by the wet egg, and he come down with Uncle Richard.
But look at Jimmy, that couldn't be that. The chimney is not
No,
there.
that's across.
That's a
Jane
Laxus.
Oh, that's
Laxus.
across, yeah.
That's Catherine Minogue.
No, that's the front of the cottage right there, Tara.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are good shots of the cottage.
See the different windows we
Good
had
looking.
up above? We had this,
That's a good-looking guy there.
yeah, the girls, I think, kind of liked him. They kind of flirted with him when he was... Now, this is cute because Dick throws sand right in his face. He was a suave guy. Those are the O'Reillys again.
They brought their dog.
Gee,
How many people could you get in those cars? 5, I wonder?
I don't know.
You could stack them high.
Yeah. They had double-layer seats.
That blizzard was the worst visibility of the year.
Oh, that's our other dog, Mac.
Yeah,
He was a collie.
it's just before the fog made the
German
picture
Shepherd.
impossible.
He was
I'm
a
sure I
German
can
Shepherd.
fix this.
I don't know. That was blurry like that film.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know why they put that on there, really.
Yeah, they weren't editing it good, but they'd never put that on.
Maybe that's not even your family. You just had something that looked similar and didn't want to give it away.
That's my brother Bob.
Somebody shoveled that walk.
Those are the kind of winners we had all the time.
Look at they had their bike out.
Well, yeah, what are you doing with your bikes out in the winter?
I don't know.
We never do that.
Oh.
Your horse? Oh no. It's a low horse.
Here's the pony riding
It's
brother.
a pony.
It took off with whoever was on it. That's...
Whoa.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Probably was me flying away on that horse.
Trying to escape.
That's funny. Looked like a lineup of... I think that was some of the priests and something.
Where that would be? By a church.
Mhm.
This whole series of pictures is out of focus.
That's me on the left end there. I think that's that dress I had on in that picture that we got in another room there. That yellow. With you and I, you know, and the funny dress-ups. This looks like faster moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part probably isn't that great to keep even on the other part.
Yeah, you might want to knock this right off there.
I keep it. It's cheap.
I think it's Uncle, or I think his grandpa, something about a retreat.
It's up to 34 minutes already.
Is it?
Okay.
It's not, it's just about over.
Well, they're leaving now, so take the camera. If you see a guy with a camera, then you know they're done.
Maybe you put the blurry ones at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think that
it.
was some kind of a mistake, because that wasn't anything that would have related to our family, actually.
Well, that has a lot to do with Mom's younger days.
Some of the only things
She should have
left.
gone into Arthur Murray, though. I know that.
Arthur Murray taught me dancing in a hurry.
That's really not many people your age have such good video of their young
No.
days.
In
Yeah.
fact, I don't understand why, if he had this video, why didn't he take videos of our wedding? I mean, if he took movies of earlier like that. Why wouldn't we have gotten movies of our wedding? Nobody ever took pictures of our wedding like that.
That's right, they didn't.
I don't think nobody wanted to pick up a camera during those events. You kind of had a role to play.
They were part of the wedding. They didn't want to
That's
do
right,
that.
everybody was busy.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It'd be good to see those weddings.
Well, it's a good,
Yeah, I'd like to see this wedding.
That was nice.
We got one of Pat's. Pat was the first wedding we took.
So,
They didn't have a needle.
so who has the master film of that? Does somebody
We
have
had it. We had it. What do we have to do with this thing?
Pat's wedding.
of this
I bet we
video?
got
Who's
it
got the
in there.
actual film
I
that
bet we
was
got it in
used?
there. Because there were a lot of other ones, remember? A lot of other films.
Well, this thing that this came out of says master.
But it was, we probably got it in there.
But there's the original
Dad's
source
films.
that was filmed.
Yeah, that's right.
That must be just in
I think we got
storage.
it somewhere.
They were in a bag. There was a whole bunch of films, and we never edited them to find out what was on them, so I don't even know what was on them.
They did a pretty good job moving it over.
Well, we never had
Yeah.
a source of a 16 millimeter film.
You can't play 16.
No,
Yeah.
we never had a 16
Projectors.
millimeter. Although I have her dad's camera.
The projector, though, you don't have.
No.
No, you get those in school systems sometimes or something. Didn't they used to have them?
I don't think there's many of those around anymore.
I
They
remember-
used to.
I think Dan took one from school to show some films of Pat's, but I don't know what kind they were.
I would say some of these places have 60 millimeter cameras and projectors and everything.
It might have been an 8 millimeter.
Because you're right, high schools or grade schools too probably had cameras to show the kids pictures.
Yeah.
They were 16 millimeter.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys, for the documentary.
Yeah, that was fun. Takes us back in time.
We'll have to put you on the specials menu in the DVD collection. Because you're special.
Yeah. Nobody like us. Thank God.